everybody. So I'm just going to do a really quick video because my skin is really bad again at the moment. So you can see I've got all of this all round here, which is really red, and some round here and somewhere it's going, and obviously I've still got scarring from it as well. So I wouldn't go out like this because for me it knocks my confidence. So obviously I can cover it all up, so I'm going to show you the products I use every day to be able to conceal it all, and you'll see just the difference that it makes. I'm not going to do a full makeup routine, so I'm not going to do all my contouring and everything like that. This is literally just a quick video to show you what I use as a base to cover up all the redness and the spots and things like that. So I've already applied my primer so that it's had time to dry. So I'm going to be using obviously our Skin Perfecting Concealer. I'm going to be using our liquid foundation, and I'm also going to be using our BB cream. Now I'm only using small amounts of all of these products, so they absolutely last me ages. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take our concealer in Organza. Now Organza is not my shade, but it's for skin with red undertones, and obviously all of this is quite red. So I'm just going to apply a small amount to try and take some of that redness out. So I've got a small amount on the back of my hand, and just lightly with my finger, not doing it perfectly, I'm just applying it over the areas that are really red here. Now I will say that I build with my base, so I use a couple of different elements and it's all sort of like buildable and built on, not to the point that it is thick or cakey or anything like that, because once it's on it doesn't feel thick, it doesn't feel caked on, and it doesn't look caked on, but I build it up to make sure I get that coverage and coverage that lasts me all day. Now if you're somebody that obviously doesn't suffer with your skin, then any of these products just on their own will be more than enough coverage for you. But obviously you can see that my skin is quite bad. Sorry, I'm just checking in the mirror. Yeah, my skin is quite bad, and unfortunately for me that's not going to be enough. So like I said, it's not perfect, it's just a little bit over it to take the redness out. Let me just move my mirror so I can check. Right, so the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take the liquid foundation. Now I am between shades as we're coming out summer and going into sort of like the colder winter months, so I'm between shades. So I've got two that I'm using, and I'm using Scarlet, which is my winter shade, and Velour, which is my summer shade, and I'm just going to do a little bit of each. So I'm still using the same amount of product but split between two different foundations. You need to make sure you're giving your bottles a really good shake. If you're not shaking them, the product isn't going to apply as well as it should do. So you want to make sure you've given them a good shake. Then you want to open them up, squeeze out your droppers, screw it back on, and literally just give it a quick shake again. I'm going to apply this with our liquid foundation brush. Now you can use this for foundation, BB cream and concealer. So this is kind of going to be my all-round brush for doing this. So if I just open them up, so I've got Velour first, literally just doing 1, 2, 3 drops of Velour, and 1, 2, 3 drops of Scarlet, and literally I'm just dabbing this all around my face and down my neck. Okay, right, I'm going to leave that a minute, do these back up, and I'm going to get my BB cream, give it a little shake. Now I'm going to mix our concealer and our BB cream together now, and again my concealers for this are my everyday concealers, which again are going to be Scarlet and Velour, because that's going to match my skin tone at the moment, and like I said, depending on whether we're in the summer or the winter, it's usually just one of them that I mix with the BB cream. Now BB cream is great on its own, but it's only going to give you a really light coverage. That's not going to do this. So taking some of the BB cream onto my hand, again not a huge amount. Then I'm going to take concealer, so I've got Scarlet first, just squeezed a little bit in, Velour. See, this one's coming to an end, squeeze a bit in, and then I'm going to mix them together. Now what this does is, by adding the concealer, is it gives it more of a fuller coverage than what it is on its own. And then I'm just going to go all around my face. And yes, I know I haven't mixed in my other foundation, and again making sure I'm bringing it down my neckline. See? Lovely. So now I'm going to take the liquid foundation brush, and I am literally just going to blend everything in. Now I have done this like by blending in the foundation and then going back in and doing the BB cream afterwards, but I actually find that this gives a better result, so I do it this way. Like I said, everyone does things differently, everyone has a routine that works for them, that they like, and there'll probably be a ton of people that tell you that this isn't the way that you apply your foundation. But unfortunately, when you do suffer with your skin, you will do anything to find a way that works, and a routine that covers it up, and that is what I have done, and this works for me. Now, a majority of all of the scarring marks are now all gone. You won't be able to see them, and any of the discoloration. There are still a couple that will show through, which are the really more angry red ones that I love. Okay, so that's all blended together, and then the last thing that I do is I take, and I mean literally, you're going to think I'm mad because I've already used concealer and I've already used foundation, but I just take a small amount, and I mean literally, like it is the tiniest amount of the Velour and the Scarlet, which is obviously the base shade that I am, and I literally, any that are angry at the moment that are still slightly visible, I literally dab a small amount, and this is literally the tiniest amount. This concealer is incredible, it goes so far. Okay, and then I also use my Scarlet to highlight under my eyes, because obviously you'll have seen that I haven't done anything with my bags. So again, taking a small amount of the Scarlet on the back of my hand, and you can use brushes. I just bring this under my eye, and what this is going to do is it's going to help conceal those bags. You want to bring it down onto your cheek, and it is going to brighten your eye, because obviously the colour is a lot lighter. So already this one looks so much brighter than this one does. And you just gently blend and bring it down. Now I'm going to take my blending bud, which is actually falling apart now, I might need another one, and just gently blend off where I've put my concealer and give it more of a softer finish. Blend it in. You can blend it in again with a brush, with your finger, whatever you want, but just get that blended in. So you can see from where I started to now, you can still see the raised ones, because unfortunately we're never going to get rid of that, it's raised off the skin, but all the redness, everything like that's gone. And the one thing that I do now to set this in place, to stop it moving, is kind of my little beauty hack. I have done a video before. Baby powder. So I've got an old plastic lid and I literally put some powder onto here, and then on my other end, some of you may have heard of baking your face. That's where you set with translucent powder or another face powder, and you set your concealer in place to stop it moving. And this is what I do, especially on my problem areas. And this is why I do this section first, because I apply my powder over anywhere that I've got my concealer, so my problem areas where I obviously do not want that concealer to shift or move throughout the day. And the reason I use baby powder, one, is because it is so fine, and obviously it's like translucent as well, so it's not gonna alter the colours that I've put on to cover my face. So obviously at the moment I look a bit odd, but now I just leave that and I'll go ahead and I'll do all the rest of my makeup, my eyes, my eyebrows, everything like that, and then literally with a fluffy brush just buff it all away, and it keeps it all in place and it stops it moving. But you can see literally from what my skin was like to start off with to how it is now. And I've used minimal product. Yes, I've used a couple of different things, but only a small amount, and they will last me absolutely ages. So if you are somebody that suffers with your skin and you're trying to find that product that is going to cover them up, that's going to give you those results, drop me a message, comment below, and I can help you pick out the right colours that are going to suit your undertones and your skin tones, because you can see now this all blends in. It is a little bit darker than my face was, but obviously we want to match it into your neckline and the top of your torso, so obviously you don't want to go too pale because you're going to look completely washed out and like a ghost. So yeah, this is all now going to set it in place. So yeah, if you need any help, any advice, then just give me a shout.